Lecturette 3, we're going to talk about synapses. Now, I don't want you folks to memorize numbers, but I do want you folks to be in awe of the brain. And so what I want to show you folks is there's about 100 billion neurons in the CNS. And that means that these neurons are all talking to one another, right? So a single neuron can have anywhere from few hundred synapses to 200,000 other neurons that are now speaking to this single neuron. Oh my gosh. Like where's the room for all of that? 200,000 connections per cell. It's amazing, right? And so all this communication now is happening in this synapse, right? Where I have then the presynaptic neuron talking to the postsynaptic neuron. So this becomes now our trajectory. This is where we're going now, right? So if I have a signal, you see how this is an axon with the axon terminal here? Here's my signal from the presynaptic neuron. This now becomes the postsynaptic neuron. But guess what? The postsynaptic neuron can become the presynaptic neuron, so on and so forth, because all of these neurons now are talking to one another, okay? Let's get started with synapses. All right, so there are two main types of synapses. And the first one that we're going to talk about is electrical synapses. And electrical synapses are fast is because I just pass my electrical current, aka ions. I just pass them through these gap junctions that are now channels that are connecting one neuron to the other. Okay, they're very, 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 very fast. Right? And they're going to be in areas that require quick responses. So majority of these electrical currents pass on through gap junctions. You folks are going to see that when we get to the heart. Majority of the synapses that we find in the central nervous system are chemical. Okay, so what I have here is two pictures for you folks so we can compare and contrast. Now, the picture on the left, I just covered this. This is an electrical synapse, meaning that there's gap junctions. The cells are connected by these tunnels, these protein channels, and I just have sodium ions just traveling down their concentration gradient from the presynaptic cell to the postsynaptic cell. And we're done, and it's fast. Now, chemical synapses are slower. They're slow is because they require some middlemen or some other players, right? So what has to happen now is what you folks are seeing, this area here, if this is the presynaptic cell, and let me write that because the labeling on this slide is really tiny. This is the presynaptic cell, and then this is the postsynaptic cell. Okay, so what has to happen in order for us to now transmit a signal is a presynaptic cell is exocytosing a neurotransmitter. That neurotransmitter has to bind to a ligand-gated channel, and then I can have ions travel down their concentration gradient into the second cell. That's why chemical synapses are slower than electrical, okay? It's because of those neurotransmitters, okay? However, it does enable plasticity, okay? And this plasticity means I can have different types of functions in regards to communications between two cell types. And I'm gonna expand on that here shortly. Now we're going to wrap up this lecturette by a YouTube video, and I'm not going to play it for you folks, but you folks go ahead and click this link because it gives you folks a visualization, a little cartoon video to show you what's happening when we have now transmission of a signal, right, from the presynaptic axon terminal to this postsynaptic cell. All right, team, that's it. Come back. I hope you folks are coming back. I think you are, but I don't know because I cannot see. You're not trapped in my classroom. I can't trap you in the room. All right. I'll see you folks later.